Introduction into Existential Crisis. Let's begin. Bam! That should be the title, but it's not. The title is Animal Farm. I want to say one thing. George Orwell can go fuck himself because he has no right whatsoever to write something this fucked up, this good, and just call it a day. You know what I mean? In such a small book, it created such a ripple effect to my psyche. Fuck you, George Orwell. Sincerely. I would end the video right here, to be honest, but god damn it. So, when I first stumbled upon this book, I was kinda just looking for something from the same writer, George Orwell, because I loved 1984 and I thought to myself, you know what, let's check out some of his other books. And then I find something called Animal Farm, and by the sound of it, you don't expect this hellish dive into your own psyche as a human being, you know what I mean? Like, you think to yourself, it's gonna be something, wholesome, something, his beginning of his writing, so it's not gonna be that deep or that complex, and you're wrong. I mean, you're completely wrong, because that book, oh god. And I think you think I'm gassing it up somehow. I'm not. I mean, seriously, you probably read it, or you haven't. Don't. Honestly, it kind of creates like an absolute clear image of you and your position in society through just, how do I explain? It takes something simple, an idea. Imagine a farm, and the hierarchy of that farm kind of translated into animals. So the sheep would be the lowest classes, intelligent-wise, and then you would have the goats, the cows, the ducks, the chicken, and each one kind of represent a class in society, from the common people to the farmers to the people who think in the classes, and you can see how it all kind of reflects us as a human species, and that is kind of like, wow. If he stopped at that, it would have been perfection. But no, he had to go a step further and kind of show us everything there is about our society. And it's such a fucked up book. It really, I'm not even joking when I say that it really drove me into an existential fucking crisis. I felt depressed, I felt sad, I felt pointless, I felt like, damn, is life this is it? Trading one demon for another only to realize it's the same demon, So beyond the rant, let me try to explain it to bring you an understanding of what was the book, because right now I'm just rambling. So the book starts from a point of view of a farm and the animals that live in the farm. So you would have, like I said, the sheep kind of represent certain demographics of the people. You would have each animal kind of represent characteristics of society. And it begins with a revolution, the idea of a revolution, how animals spend their whole life being enslaved, being in the servitude of humanity, without gaining anything. And you see the idea and how pure it is, and how wonderful it is, and how simple it should have been. And you see the highs and the lows of that idea, of that philosophy, because the implementation of an idea is harder than creating one. And you would find the subtle yet very powerful things that take place in this book that kind of guarantees them to go down a specific, inevitable road, which is sad but beautifully written. 10 out of 10 when I'm talking about something that I did not expect to hit me this hard. This one did. And if you read 1984, you understand the hierarchy, you understand Big Brother, you understand how everything in the world can be manipulated, can be coerced into fit a scenario that was created not for the good of the people, but not necessarily for the bad of the people, just to control them. And you can see a large influence of 1984 in this book, which is weird because Animal Farm came before 1984. So it's kind of like the opposite. You see the influences of this book in 1984, but 1984 went in depth in details and how they created it, how it would have been. This one is simplistic, but do not think because it's more simplistic that it is less than. No, through the simplicity of the story, it hits harder. With 1984, I felt connected to the character as an individual, as a human being, as a man, and the world that the writer kind of created. This one, there's no character you relate to. No, it's humanity, but disguised as animals. So it's kind of like a satire, a joke at you as a human being into this world that they have created. So whatever characters do things that humanity has done before, it's kind of like, it's like an alien. You are an alien in this world and you're watching a species fallen into the same mistakes that you have fallen into. And each things that they create, each step that they take, you're reflecting on your own history as a human being. And it's such a powerful, just hit me harder than 1984, which is weird. 1984 to me, it was top 10, like no debate. Like I will slap the shit out you if you speak bad about that book. But this one kind of really opened my mind into this whole like simplicity of it. It delivered. It delivered so fast on an idea that was so complex. Damn. Damn you, George Orwell. Damn you to hell, man. Why you good? Why you this good, man? Anyhow, it really messed me up, and this is kind of like a wonderful thing because lately I'm trying to find books that give me that sensation. Something that shakes you to your core, something that really makes you think. And not a lot of books out there, but I'm trying to, this is my journey into books. I'm not like, I didn't read like 300 books at the same time. I'm going along with each book I read and I feel like I'm discovering new parts of my identity. Ugh, that sounded so cheesy. But it is true. But it really sounded cheesy. Ugh. But really, I'm trying to figure out things about myself, and this writing, reading thing is just beautiful. So if you have any recommendations, if you have any book that you think like, yeah, this will shock you, this will shake your foundation, please leave it in the comments. You know, just, I want to read more. And I don't know, every time I look in Google, YouTube, whatever, it's always kind of political. It's always about something that is happening at this particular time. Whether it's feminism, whether it's genderism, whatever ism there is at this particular time, but not really good stories. You know what I mean? Not knocking it, some of them are good, but it's like, it's a lot of material to dig through, and I don't have the time to sit through every book and read. So if you have good recommendations, man, you know, I want to start like a book club, you know, because every time I search on the internet and try like find book clubs or stuff like that, it's always weirdos. I said it before, but it's weirdos, man. Mostly sex and furries. Dude, that fucking community is weird. Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get fetish. Why am I even on this subject? Whatever, I'll continue. Fuck it. Like, why exactly that specific thing? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. The internet is weird. So this is my, I don't know, what do you call it? A flare gun to anybody who cares. Like, hey, what's up, guys? Just a regular dude, just want to have a conversation about books. It might be boring. I don't have a gimmick, you know? I just want to have fun. Talk, conversate, other than myself. Man, that sounded so depressing. Yep, yeah. I think you should end I'm gonna end the video here because I feel like if I continue on, it's gonna just get weird. Exit that way. No! That was not my regular exit. Anyhow.